Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Launched in 2017, this is the Tudor Heritage Black Bay Bucherer Blue. Now, I've previously filmed this watch on the NATO strap with the signature Bucherer blue and gold stripes, but this is the first time we're seeing it on the substantial leather strap provided with the edition. The watch is gorgeous based on the 2016 Heritage Black Bay Bronze, a 43mm case instead of the smaller standard Black Bays in 41mm. The watch is more imposing on the wrist, and you can see on my 16cm circumference wrist, the watch wears easily, though it is insistent. This is not a timepiece that's going to fade away into the background. 43mm and substantial at 14.7mm thick. It's not going to fit underneath most shirt cuffs, though jackets should be okay. And it is broad across the wrist at 52.8mm, almost 43 across the wrist. I wouldn't recommend this watch for a wrist smaller than 15 centimeters due to the substantial dimensions of the watch. And it's broad between the lugs at 23mm, though it is a vintage-inspired design. It has a nice modern planted and broad footing on the wrist. Modern watch design often characterized by broad lug spacings, and this watch certainly has that. The reason for this video, the follow-up to the original on the NATO, is this leather strap. A lovely, distressed, aged look, but a brand new Tudor factory strap. You can see that it is calfskin on both sides, but has a lovely suede underlay, and it is quite comfortable, though very meaty. As you can see, Tudor not shorting you the leather. The sheer-sided construction shows you the layers of the construction, and you can see that there's a lovely monotone stitch binding with a proper satin-finished Tudor bronze buckle. Now, the thing about this buckle is that it's the correct metal. You should never get titanium on a bronze watch, though we see it often. But there's also an elevated bridge over the prongs so that the strap, which is thick, sits inside the buckle rather than stacking up and adding height on the wrist once it's sized down for your wrist. So that's a clever and thoughtful design. The case band is satin finished, and the bronze over time will take on a slightly aged appearance, a little bit of patina, though nothing like you see on, for example, a Panerai Bronzo, as the Tudor alloy is a bit more resistant to change. It'll change, but it won't transform. You can see there's a lovely bevel on the flank designed to evoke the era when Tudor and Rolex, its sister company, shared cases, and back in the day they both had the same hand-finished bevels. These aren't hand-finished bevels, but they're a lovely nostalgic touch. Another nod to Tudor's heritage, strap tool apertures in the lugs so you can easily swap out with a springboard tool. Note that on the in-house caliber Heritage Black Bays, you have the pre-1968 Tudor Rose logo on the crown, and then you have the Tudor Shield logo on the dial. The watch features a micro-knurling on the outside of the bezel that actually makes it quite easy to grip, and the purchase is superb. It's almost like sandpaper, so you'd have no trouble turning it if your hands were wet, sweaty, or gloved. The screw-down crown, by the way, endowing the watch with 200 meters of water resistance. Let's hear the detent of the bezel. It's sharp. It's chunkier than what you'll find on a Rolex diver, as Rolex has smaller gradations and, of course, a lighter spring action. But it's positive, it's substantial, and it's redolent of quality. The bezel itself is an aluminum anodized insert, so what you're looking at is the Bucherer Blue anodized insert with bronze-colored numerals and hashes. You'll also appreciate that Bucherer Blue graces the matte-finished, slightly pebbly textured, granular dial. There's a vintage evocative chapter ring in a gilt-inspired golden hue outboard, and there are applique tri-Arabic numerals as well as indices, which is an upscale touch you won't find on vintage Tudor watches. Of course, a nod to the great Tudor Snowflake Submariners of the late 60s to mid-70s with the snowflake-style hour and seconds hands, and then underneath you have a manufacturer caliber. You can see the dedication to Bucherer on the back, which is Europe's largest watch dealer and largest seller of Rolex, for example. You can see 1888, the year Bucherer, which is primarily a retailer but does own the Karl F. Bucherer brand, but it was established in 1888 in Lucerne. And underneath the case back, Tudor manufacturer caliber MT5601, 25 joules automatic winding, 70-hour power reserve, 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. It does feature stop seconds. It has a full balance bridge and a free sprung strong index for shock resistance, and the COSC certified chronometer movement does feature a silicon hairspring, a refinement you will not find on most Rolex watches today. So in some respects, the Tudor is ahead of the game and ahead of the tech. You can see and you can own this lovely 2017 to present Tudor Heritage Black Bay Bronze Bucherer Blue on the watch box. The Tudor Heritage Black Bay Bronze Bucherer Blue by night, plenty of lume including the seconds hand and the bezel pearl.